I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Everybody, welcome back to CTA's review. Today is March 25th, Monday, 2024. Hope you had a good weekend here. So we had a very tricky day today. I was mentioning that we would probably retrace back a little lower before a buy, not the buy, but just a buy. But they did that and came down to about 50% of the, if you look on the daily chart here, about 50% of the actual imbalance here that was made on March 20th, Wednesday last week. And then we did sort of find support right there at this, right here on March Thursday, this 2 a.m. 4-hour candle, this up candle. So kind of holding that support, comes down, kind of taps that candle right here, the more of the wick in the body, and then bounces up. So for me, I had a rough day today and I'm really pissed the fuck off. I'll tell you why. So just to give you some context, when I said we wanted to retrace, one of the ideas of coming, I have this, see this little area right here marked on my chart right here. You can see that, right? So I had it already outlined and I wanted to come here, right? And take a look. This shit, I couldn't believe it. Take a look at this. So we come down here, right? So it's we open up, we have the opening week gap, and this is the problem with Mondays. This is why I fucking hate Mondays, because Mondays, when you have a opening week gap on Monday, it can go up, above, below, So that's the problem I have personally, and I'm sure other people do too. But I wasn't worried about it. I knew that we were going to kind of sell down first and to find a support and then buy up. My goal was to make, if you look at the previous Fridays at price action, you have lower low and lower high. All that speaker, I made the video on this, so I don't have to explain it, but looking at it today, I'm looking at it like, okay, that's the high, that's a lower low, and that's a, 3 drives, pop up, wipe out liquidity, that's the lower high. Everything in between don't mean shit. All right, so lower high, and then to sell down to a lower low, and then pop ups for another lower high, right? So basic ass. So retrace to in the previous range, and also this last down range from lower low to lower high, we expect to price to come up. And what do we have up here? Well, we have the opening range gap, we have the opening week gap, we have this old week gap in the lighter gray. And if you're wondering where that's from obviously by now, Sunday the 3rd, right, of March, right? So we're stuck there, and I'm just looking at it like in a couple ways. Is this just going to hold for resistance for now, just to make another lower low and a lower high? All I cared about today was this lower low and buying up for a lower high. Take a look. I got it refined to this 1 hour. Okay. And I just showed you on the old video. I've already got it still there. So now I dragged it out. Fuck. I couldn't believe it, dude. So I'm going to show it to you on a 5-minute. I'm not even going to go down to a 1 minute. But look how close we get to, it's literally 3 ticks. So 3/4 of a point. All right. And while we're down here, I'm like, all right, cool, perfect, let's go. So, right. So we open up at 9:30, we push up a fake push up, and then sell off. All right, perfect. That's what I want to see anyway. We get here, we're fucking 3 ticks away, and we never hit it. And I'm like, I was so married to it, and I was so confident that they would at least tap it. And these bastards didn't touch it. I couldn't believe it, dude. I swear on my mother, I couldn't believe it. So when this candle closed, I'm like, all right, cool. This next candle, this is a 5-minute right here. If I go to a 1 minute, I will show you. Fuck it. I'll just show you on a 1 minute real quick. A little more clarity for me. So this candle doesn't hit it. I'm like, all right, cool. The next one will. Doesn't hit it. Stops at 50%. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, okay, no big deal. I'm still married to this level. And then the next candle, this 9:45 a.m. candle. This thing comes down, stops at 50%, right? And it doesn't go any lower. and this fucking candle shoots up. I'm like, oh no, I missed it. And sure enough, I missed it. I was so pissed. I mean, I almost went on tilt mode. I was so fucking pissed. I couldn't believe it, dude. I'm just still dumbfounded of how they didn't get it. Now, I'll come back to this idea in a second, but so what they do, they shot it up, right? And if you look on a 15-minute, very clear. On a 5-minute, it's very clear as well. I'm gonna go to a 5-minute actually. So on a 5-minute, you can see here. All right, we got these two down candles, right? Price pushes up, overbears it, wipes out that little liquidity, and then retraces back. Now, I know I've missed it at this point, right? I'm not chasing price either. But I'm really furious because I know my day is fucked. Why? Because I knew this buy was just going to keep going with potential of hitting the opening week gap. So I had an opportunity here, and it's very obvious. You have the two down candles. You have this imbalance sitting right there. I'll draw it out for you if you want. Okay. It's not a gap. Okay. And then I have these two down candles. So this is my demand blocks, and they are support plus this fucking blue candle. I'll just keep it at that. This is also a support block. So I understand this, right? And I know we're going up to take care of this opening range gap and wipe out all the liquidity who sold. And I didn't take it. I didn't feel comfortable buying this, which I made a mistake, and I should have at the least. It was halfway to my target, and I could have took it, but I didn't. So anyways, that being the case, man, this thing, they bullshitted all day. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. They kept this structure in. And then we finally reached that piece of liquidity that was made at 4:30 a.m. in London, right? Which when they tapped the opening gap, right, that was suspect as hell anyway. So I would have definitely got out here. I would have definitely got out right here. Because if you look to the left of the chart here, like on the 15-minute, for example, this last up candle, this 4:30 a.m., if you look to the right, we wick right in it. And that would be a perfect place to even sell. So what do? I missed the buy. I missed this sell too, this first sell, whatever. And then we come up, and then I take this trade right here. Then we pop up, right? We make an equal high. We don't take it out. And I'm willing to get, I had a very nice high entry. And I was trying to come down here. Because even if it's buying, okay, I still want to retrace back into this last down move. See on the 15-minute, look at these candles. They're all bearish, right? You see that? So it's a change of state of delivery, right? So when you pop up, you know, that this could be a signal for a switch, obviously. Doesn't mean it's, doesn't mean it's going to happen either. But it's just you expect the price to come back down here and then buy back up. If we're really bullish, I would expect, well, maybe not really, really bullish, but if we're just generally bullish, I would expect to come back to this down range, right? Because this is the break, and then we want to retrace back and then buy back up, right? So, but the fucking price never came back down, right? And I knew once I missed this right here by 3 ticks, I knew my day was going to be fucked. So whatever, took a loss here, right? Because it didn't take me out here. And I got my stop loss tight up there. And my entry was up here. But then price shoots up again. All right. And then at this point, I'm about to go on tilt and overtrade because I could feel it. Like I know, like this shit enraged me really bad. And I'm being honest with you, letting you know because you need to know. You need to know. I mean, you should know. Only because you are going through these things as well, right? And even successful traders, they have these problems. They might not tell you, but they go through these problems, right? But so I end up getting up here, and I know we're still in the candle. I'm like, all right, cool. Are we gonna just sell off from here? What was my goal here? I was married to this down here. Married to this. Dude, I was so fucking pissed. But so took another loss, right? At this point, I'm down and I'm like, fuck this. So I'm gonna wait for the PM session. I'm gonna wait not just the PM session. I'm gonna wait for 3 o'clock, specifically the power hour. So I end up getting in. Oh well, before I go there, well, we hit the opening gap here. All right, it's only 2 o'clock, so I'm not fucking with it. And then over here now it's 3 o'clock right here. All right, and then we have now. Let me move this down. We have now tagged that that previous the old week gap there that I mentioned. This is the present one, right? And then we had a little swing high, and then I sell on this candle right here. So just to show you, I'm still in this trade. So I'm holding this overnight. My goal is to come back down here and make a new low. As you can see here, we tap. Oh, it's a 1 minute. So we tap into it. This candle pushes hard down. All right. And then this next candle pushes back up into that last up candle with the body, not the wick, but the body. And then this next candle, this is I get in on the 1 minute before. Okay. So that being the case, my goal is to obviously wipe that liquidity, which we did, but we didn't wipe out that low. So the purpose of this sell is because of 2 reasons. Even if it buys, I expect it to come back down here. All right. If it sells, I obviously expect it to come down here. So I have 2 reasons for me personally why I want to take this sell and come down to here, even if it's bullish though, you know. So that being the case, let's look at present moment. And then you can see this liquidity here. We came out, we wiped this, but we did not wipe this. And this, if you take a look here, I'm gonna delete this. Those are 2 equal lows as well, right? So I'm pretty sure we're still gonna come down and get into these last down candles, this last down range right here. But again, what was my purpose? In reality, I'm not saying I'm not bullish. And I'm not saying that I don't want it to keep going up from now, but I expected a retrace back. Like even yesterday's Friday's video, if you watch it, I was hoping that we would push up from here just to fucking kind of go up and get it over with. And I remember if you watched the video, I remember I said I don't want to deal with the lower low, lower high shit. Kind of like this price action here, if you recall. Remember, right? So we wipe up, we take out that piece of liquidity, and then it's kind of like lower low, lower high for the next 3 days. And then look, Thursday we got news, and then it fucking shoots the hell up, right? So I'm thinking that it's going to be very similar, this situation here. So I don't know, but my goal was to just retrace a little bit. Got here. Now I'm a little married to getting into this level here. So any breakout artist that shot from this high right here. And as far as coming down to this last gap right here, not last gap, but any of these areas right here, these 2 gaps, this is when we had the news rate, right? So the data low here doesn't even have a, look at it, it doesn't even have a wick on it. Look at it. You see, there's not even a wick on that candle. So I have a strong feeling we might tag that. If we're gonna come deep, I'm gonna say that. I mean, and if we blow through that, then I think we're gonna be really, really, really bearish. But again, I don't know. And then do we come and break that low? So right now, in my opinion, we're in this range right here, from this high that we made and this low. So I expect if we're going to come down again to not take out this high, and that's why I took that sell. And I could be totally wrong. To be honest with you, I don't have high expectations for the trade. I don't have high expectations for this week, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that being the case, the purpose of this lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, pretty simple. We retrace deep into this past range here. And then our current range that we're in, which is this range. So pretty deep here, and that would be good if we're counter trending, if we're retracing back, which is from this high retracing back, right? We're not even near a 50% level. Let me put this here, and this to me makes fucking sense. This area, what's left here. This area right here, maybe bounce off of here, but I mean, again, I don't know. So or we're gonna just shoot the fuck up right now. I don't. If we don't come down here, then we're shooting the hell up now. Like it's just gonna constantly buy. But in a general buying setting, I would like to come back into here, somewhere in the middle, right? Somewhere in this area. Especially if you look on the 5 minute, like that low right there, like take them out. If they don't take them out, then at the minimum, take these people out right here who bought and then balance this price and then bounce off of here to go up. If we don't do that, then we're gonna blow through, obviously, right? So, damn, I knew there was something else I wanted to say. So we'll see. I hope for the best for that trade. But really pissed me off, dude, by missing it by like my problem is that I told myself, just buy, just take, because I'd rather take this buy than take a loss, right? Like I'd rather take the, let's put it this way, I'd rather take the loss than not take the trade, right? Because I know this is a big trade, right? And I played it safe, but even on the 5 minute, you can see how this next candle, this a 5 minute retraces back right in the center. I mean, look at that, man. Like it was, but by the time I was able to make a decision, and Mondays I'm really lethargic. I'm like recovering and I'm exhausted, and it just Mondays are the worst for me, bro. But I still should have took this fucking trade. Had an opportunity here. Saw the opportunity here. I would never take this. But well, I would say never, but I would never. But this was a good trade right here too. But I would rather have took the loss than not take the trade, and I just didn't trust myself, and I'm like, yeah, man, we're gonna dip right in, no problem. And I feel like they did it on purpose. So now I'm hoping that this sell right here, well, market just opened up, so I hope this sell right here, we gap down. That's a good sign. I hope us missing this area and building liquidity there is so they can have 2 for 1, which they end up coming down, taking liquidity and then balancing the price and then wiping out any breakout artists. So that's what I'm hoping. Okay, I'm hoping that. I have no expectations for this whatsoever. So that being the case, I know I've talked a lot here. Let me just look at the other assets real quick for you, and geez, so this is what I was expecting to. Remember, I just showed you that price action that just kept coming down. Remember, I was mentioning this right here. So you could see S&P doing it, and they've retraced. Look at that empty space for them right there. See that? I'll even highlight it. See this right here? This shit looks super suspect. This is the same equivalent idea that I had, right? So I could see that's why I'm like, look at this lower low, lower high right here. Look at this shit. So that's why I was, going that direction with that sell. But yeah. So and then yeah, see that? I mean, coming down to here makes a lot of sense. Right? So that's why I was saying the assets, I could see them retracing back down first in this week. So I'm hoping that we do it by Tuesday and then we just shoot up. If it's not by Tuesday, then I'm thinking Thursday, right? Because we have a big news Thursday, like multiple different red folders. And look at Dow just fucking sloppy. People need to stop trading Dow. I mean, look, this is as ugly as it can get. And I don't care if you think it's your baby and I can't give it up, and no. Look, your ego is in the way. You need to just stop trading Dow. It's just very sloppy. But they're coming back to, they've already retraced. Let me go to a higher time frame. So they've already done the retrace there, right? So very interesting there, and we'll see. And keep in mind, Dow hit 40,000. All right, so man, 40,000 for Dow is pretty big deal. So to me, I won't get into it, man. All right, and then we had a bearish day with dollar, and that kind of pushed us up. So what I'm thinking, well, we got this gap right here, so we might tap this gap first before we even. Oh, you can't even see that shit. Let me just do that. I wasn't even gonna make this video today, to be honest with you. But if we're gonna continue bullish with dollar, I could see us coming back down in here. All right, even maybe tapping that, but somewhere in this vicinity. And then if dollar does that, then that would push us up a little bit more first, which will probably take me out of my trade. If we hold here and we don't really go too much too much lower with dollar, then and then dollar starts shooting up, getting into that gap. I don't know why I never highlighted that gap, but I've been mentioning it. But we did tackle that gap a little bit, so. Yeah, we did tag into it. We never closed it though. But um, if we start pushing up back with dollar, hopefully we don't go too deep, and then that will push us down from where we are right now. And that's actually what I'm hoping for. So I'll be watching that, but damn. Look at the strength. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Again, no expectations, but we do come back down in this last 4-hour candle that we made here at 6 a.m. Closing at 10. The 10 o'clock opened up. We'll see, man. I do not like this market right now. And then and you'll see here that we had a nice buy right here, giving us a divergence. So I was 1000% going to buy. I froze when it just didn't hit my level, and I was like, dude, I should have just took the trade, man. I'm really, really pissed off. But higher lows here, and then lower lows there, you can see. So to be honest with you, I don't think my trade's going to pan out. I think we're going to go up. It just kind of makes sense because this was I was mentioning that I wanted to see a retrace, and I got a retrace. I mean, I got the retrace. I got the retrace. There's no question about it. And with the candle closing like that, I don't like that bearish. Like if we closed down here, that would have been great, but we did not. So, could they look at this as a gap though? This wick, sure they could. They could. They could look at this as a wick and make a reason to come back down here. But that's why I was saying for buying, I would like to come here and then buy back up if it's going to be like really bullish, right? So that's where we were at, and I don't know if they're going to come back one more time. So again, really pissed off today. I'm going to try to keep it cool and be easy, but I really didn't even want to make this video, and I don't really want to make any more videos, just to be honest with you. But it is what it is. So, all right, I think that's pretty much it. Talked about all that, and oh yeah, and then with the Nvidia, look at this. Like I mean, this looks kind of crazy. I mean, they're still called to have higher prices, but the way this looks, like they got into that gap right there. There's a 1 hour gap. Is this 1 hour? There's a 15-minute. Yeah, there's a 15-minute little gap right there. We came and took that, and then we're closing like this. They close like this. So do they gap down type of thing? Does it turn into like what does it look like? Kind of like I don't have it. Well, kind of like that maybe, where we gap down. I don't know. Where's a better example? It's a pretty shitty example. Thought I saw. I can't think right now, to be honest with you. But do they hold up like that, or do they come and try to come down? Is this a double top? Is the market peaking? I don't know, man. But all right, you guys take care and God bless.